Hi my dear students, hope all of you are doing fine. So today we are moving on to the practical class of computer. Okay, so this is the computer system. I hope all of you know this. Okay, so first of all we are going to learn how to switch on a computer. Hope all of you know how to switch on a computer, but I will teach you for those who don't know about this. Okay, first of all, do you know which device is this? The name of this device is known as UPS, Ultra Power Supply. What is the use of this device? Okay, see, when we are working on the computer, suddenly the power supply goes, that is the current get off, and if we didn't save the documents that we are working on, what will happen? All the document will get lost, and when the power supply comes again, we have to do the work from the start. Right? So to avoid such situations, we are using this device UPS. Okay, so the use of this is when current is there, this device will store power, and when current goes, this device, our computer will work with the power stored in this. Okay, so even if the current is not there, our computer system will work well. Clear? So first, when we are switching on the computer, we have to give power supply. We have to plug the computer system on power supply and switch on. Next, we have to on this UPS. See, a long press on the power supply power button of this UPS. Look, a light appeared here. So the UPS is on. Next, we have to on what? The CPU. Click on the power button. Look, light appeared and all the device will get on now. Look, the monitor got on. If the monitor is off, you have to power on it. And when the monitor gets started, it will show the operating system installed in it. Windows operating system, and the version will be coming in the next window. Okay, so let's see. In my computer system, I have installed the operating system Windows 7 Ultimate. Okay. So, which operating system you have installed, it will come here. The name of the operating system. And the first screen that appears when the computer is on is known as what? Desktop. And what is this arrow known as? Cursor or mouse pointer that controls the mouse. The input device mouse is used to control this arrow, this cursor. Understood? When the mouse is moved, this cursor will also move in the same direction as we move the mouse to any directions. Clear? This much is the startup instructions to on your computer system. Next, we are going to move on to our topic. So all of you have now learned how to switch on a computer system, right? So I think some of you may already know how to operate in a computer system, but there are students who don't know how to even switch on a computer system. That's why Miss gave an introduction about switching on a computer system step by step. Okay, so this is a laptop, not desktop computer. Actually, we learned how to on the computer system in a desktop computer, and today we are going to learn the remaining topic in our laptop. Okay, so we are working in Microsoft Word, right? So we are going to take Microsoft Word. So where is our pointer? Yes, this is our cursor. This arrow is our cursor or mouse pointer, which is controlled by the input device called mouse. In the laptop, we know that as a desktop system, the laptop also is a computer system. We learn different types of computer system. One of the computer system is laptop, one is desktop computer. Okay, we already saw a desktop computer, and this is the laptop. Last day also Miss put the video in a laptop, right? Okay, so in the laptop we have a monitor, keyboard, and there is no separate device called mouse. Instead of that, the mouse is already installed in the laptop itself, right? Look here, this is the mouse and this is the left button of the mouse, right button. And in the desktop computer, in the separate mouse, we can see a wheel in center, right? That wheel is here. Okay, just move your fingers through your index finger through this portion and you can see the cursor is moving. Is it clear? And when you switch on the computer, either laptop or desktop computer, the first screen appears is known as the desktop. And what are these called? These all are called icons. Icons means which all programs you have installed in your computer system is known as icons. Okay. Not only which all programs you have installed in your computer system will appear in the desktop as a shortcut to open the program. Okay, and all this program that appears on the desktop are known as icons. Even the programs that appear in this long bar. What is this long bar called? This long bar in the desktop is known as the taskbar. Okay, in any program if you see this long bar, consider it as taskbar. Is it clear? Okay, so we are going to take our Microsoft Word. Either you will be having the Microsoft Word in your desktop itself. If it is not present in desktop, you can search here. Okay, there will be a search bar here. Look, this our pointer is in the shape of an arrow. When we are putting this pointer on the search button, the shape of that arrow will change. Can you see? Okay, and there I am going to type Microsoft Word. Okay, just I type it MICR and all the programs that are installed in the Microsoft Office package appeared here. Did you see this? All the Microsoft Office Word appeared here. Actually this Microsoft Office is a package. It consists of Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Edge, Store, like that many programs are contained in it. So all these are packed in a package and we install that Microsoft package in our computer system. Okay, when we install the Microsoft Office package, we get all those applications automatically in our computer system. And we want Microsoft Office Word, so we are going to open that. Okay. So here appears our Microsoft Office Word and I am using Microsoft Office Word of 2007 version. Is it clear? So, last day we learned what a table is and how to create a table. So today in your textbook it's an example is given. Look here, a table example is given and how many columns are there? This is known as columns and these are rows. Okay, so how many columns are there? 1, 2, 3. And how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows and 3 columns are there. So we are going to create this table in our computer system. Okay, how we will insert the table? Already I told you will be having, according to the version of the Microsoft Office package you have installed, there will be some changes. Okay, so Miss told in this computer system, Microsoft Office of 2007 version is installed. In 2007 version, we can see some options like home, insert, page layout, reference, something like that we can see in the menu bar. Okay, in that we have to take insert. Okay, and in the insert of some sub menus are there and in that we can see table. Just click on that arrow and look here. To insert table, last time Miss told you to insert table, either we can select how many rows and columns we want in this, or we can select this insert table and type number of rows and number of columns. So Miss is selecting like this. We want 3 columns, right? 1, 2, 3. And how many rows we want? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when we select this, a demonstration will be shown here and you can decide how many columns and rows we need. Okay, so there are 3 columns, 1, 2, 3 and 5 rows are there. Okay, so it is done. Just click on the mouse. So our table is created here. Understood. If we don't want like this, what we will do? Take table, insert, then table, then insert table. Okay, so here we can type the number of columns and number of rows we want. Number of columns is 3 and number of rows is 5. Type 5 and click OK. So the table appeared with 3 columns and 5 rows. Okay, and in our textbook, take a textbook also while you are seeing this video, and in the textbook it is given roll number, students name, class, and some roll numbers and students names and classes are given there. So we are going to type this in our table. In the first row, in the first column, we are going to type roll number, ROLL, number, NUMBER, number. Okay, next in the second column, first row, we are going to type student's name, STUDENT. Students apostrophe S is there, right? So how we will give this apostrophe? Look here, that in your keyboard some symbols can be seen here: comma, full stop, slash, question mark, greater than, less than, simple, colon, semicolon, double quotes, single quotes, right? We want this single quotes to give students name. If you want the upper portions, you have to just click on shift and then the button, then the upper portion will appear. If you want the downer portion, just click on that button. So we want this comma, so we are going to click on that. Look, that inverted comma came. And students, space, name, 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 students name. Then how will you go to the next column? Just move your mouse pointer. Look, your mouse pointer is here. Just move to that column, and when the cursor appears in this shape, just click on that, and the typing cursor will appear there. Understood? And then we have to type class, CLASS, class. Okay, so in this, which we type it, look, the first letters are capital letters. In roll number, R and N are capital, student's name S and N are capital, and in class C is capital. So either you can put the capital by switching on the caps lock, or you can do, if you want N as capital, just click on the shift button and M. For example, shift and M together. Okay, look, it appeared as capital. Okay, you can do any model. Either you can switch on the caps lock. If we are switching on the caps lock, a light will appear here in laptop, and in desktop some lights will be here in this portion, and there will be caps lock also. When you are switching on the caps lock, a light will appear here. Okay, and if we type any letter, all the letters will be coming in capital letter. Any model we can use. Okay, then we are going to type the first roll number, 1 0 0 2 3 4 5 6. I hope all of you know to type from the keyboard. Okay, next, student's name, Rajat Mishra. Okay, and class, what is the class given there? In your textbook it is given like this, Roman numbers, right? So in our keyboard there is no Roman numbers. Can you see Roman numbers? No, there is no Roman numbers here. Then how will you type this Roman numbers? The first Roman number is 7, right? That is our alphabetic letter VII. So just on the caps lock and type VII. Okay, look here, I'm going to type VII. So it appears as 7. Is it clear? So Miss have already typed this, and I will open that. Okay, Miss have already typed this and created the table. Look here, your textbook table is here now. Did you understand? Now we are going to format this table. Okay, formatting a table. How will you format a table? Format means we are going to make this text. The text given inside this. The typing letters or this typed sentences are known as text. Okay, so we are going to format this text. We are going to make it more attractive. Okay, so if you want to format, just click on the cell. Cell means, look here, this roll number cell. This one. That is the first column, first row, first cell. This is a cell where we have written roll number. Next, student's name. This is a cell. Okay. And class. This is a cell. Understood? Next, the first roll number given. This is a cell. Then Rajat Mishra, first name. This is a cell. And 7 given. This is also a cell. So how many cells are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Understood? 15 cells are there. So, to format a text in table, we have to first select a cell. If you want to format just roll number, select that cell only. Okay. Look, either you can select when this cursor comes, click on the left button of your mouse. Don't leave it. Press on that and just move this portion. Okay, in desktop computer, if you're working in desktop computer, hold on the left button of your mouse and you have to move the mouse to right side. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Click on the left button and just move to right side. Okay, look, so that roll number will get selected. It will appear in blue color. Understood? And if you want to select the whole cell, if you want to format only roll number, select that one only. If you want to format the full cell, that is the first 3 cells, then how will you do that? Okay, so when you move the cursor, look, a black arrow will appear. A black arrow means it is going to select this full cell. Just click on that. Did you understand? It is going to select the full cell. Either you can do like this. Put the cursor here and then the left button. Hold on the left button and move the mouse to left. Sorry, right. So you can select like this and you can follow this to the remaining cells also. Just I am moving this. I have not left the left button. Clear? Either you can select like this, or when this arrow comes, black arrow comes, click on one time. So the first cell will select, click again and the whole cell will be selected. Did you understand? Okay, now we are going to format it. For formatting that, we have to select home. Okay, in the home, there is given format. Where is format? Look here. Here we are going to change the font. Okay, font means we can select any font style from here. When we are putting the cursor on each font, we can see the changes that appears here and we can select which one we want. Okay, this is font. Understood? Look, which one we want, we can select. Many are there. And look here, if we open an application in a computer, if you see this arrow, one down arrow and one up arrow, and this is known as slider. If you see this, it means there are many down. We have to go down of that. You can click either in this down arrow to go down, or just press on the slider, move the cursor to slider, hold on the left button of your mouse and just move the mouse downwards, and you can see many options in that. Understood? So any one you can select. For example, I am going to select this one. Okay, look, it appeared there. Understood? If we don't want this, again click on that and just click Times New Roman and it will appear in that font. Is it clear to you? This is a 2007 version. Okay. So, next, if we want to change the size, actually this one, this selected row is contained in the size 11. If you want to increase it, just select that and we can increase to according to our size we prefer. I'm going to give 14 size. So the size appeared as 14. Clear? Or either you can select from here or just look at this. You can select this. This A, that is a larger A, shows the increase of size, and a smaller A is given that shrinks the size, that is decrease the font size. For example, look here. The font size is increasing, right? If we look, if we are clicking on the small A, the font size will decrease. But the difference between this size change and this size change is that in this, the size increases by, look, 12, 14, 16, 2, right? But in this, the size change increases like 1. 1 increase will be there. That is 14, 15, 16, like that it will be increasing. Is it clear? Now, there are some other options given here. B means bold. Bold means we can make the selected row bold, that is highlighted. Understood? Next, I means italics. Italics means it will. So, I hope all of you understood till that. So, next is I. Can you see this I? I means italics. Italics means if we are selecting that, look, all the selected cells will become in a slanting mode. Once more I will show you. Look, if we are selecting this, first we have to select this. Before doing any one, you have to select the row. Okay. Look here, for single click you can do, when you move the mouse to outside, this arrow will come, our mouse pointer, and just click and all cell will be selected automatically. Not automatically, when you click on the mouse, it will select the full row. Okay. Now we are going to move to italics. Okay. We are selecting italics. Just look on this and it will be moving on to a slanting position. Understood? Slanting to right side. Next, U means underline. So, if we are selecting this U, the heading will get underlined. Okay, and one arrow can be seen here. If we select this arrow, different types of underlines you can see, and you can select any underline you want from that. Did you understand? Look, different shapes of underlines are there. You can select any one. Okay. Next. So, these are shortcuts of font. Okay. In 2007, if you are using Microsoft Office package 2007, to take the font tab, just see this arrow and you can select on that. So, all this appear in a menu bar, in a dialog box. The same things we did in this shortcut is appeared here. Okay, so the font style, next font size, and regular italic bold or bold italics means it will become both bold and italics. Is it clear? And when we select it from this, the demo will be shown here. Okay, just for example, I am selecting this. Look, the demo will be shown there. Whichever we select, the demo will be shown in this, and we can select all the styles we want and just click on OK, and it will change to the selected style. This is formatting the text. Another formatting option is, look here. Here you can see when we move the mouse cursor to that, we can see the name, align text left. Alignment of text. Next formatting is alignment of text. That is, we can move the selected text into left side or to center. This is center. Next, then we can select to right side, or we can justify it. Okay, justify means both side of the text will become in same order. Okay, we will just look that. Now it is in center left alignment. So to align the text, first select the row which you want to align, and then this is already aligned in left alignment. If we are selecting center, look, it will appear in the center position. If we are selecting right, it will appear in the right side. Look. And if we are selecting justify, it will appear justified. For justify is actually used for a paragraph. That means if you are typing a paragraph and select all the paragraph and align the paragraph in justify, so this both side will become in same order. Understood? This is justify. Okay, so in Windows 7 of Microsoft Office package, there are many options like this, and you can do anything. We can make the text we are creating a more attractive. Is it clear to you? Okay, then there are many options. Look here, there is color is there. You can give color. When you are giving color, if you want to give color to the letters, just select this A option, and when we click this arrow, we can see different colors and we can select any color from that. Okay, these all are not shown in your textbook, I think. I'm just showing the options. Look, any color we can select. Understood? And if you want to see that, just click outside. Put this cursor outside and just click, and that style we can see. Is it clear to you? Okay, so this much is the class for today. The remaining portion we will be seeing in the next class. Bye.